franchise.
Hello everyone and welcome to Man Utd TV. It's your boy Ivorian Spice and we are back at it again with the catch-up, volume 141. Another week for you Manchester United fans, another week for us as well. Here to discuss everything regarding Manchester United, especially that game against Crystal Palace where Manchester United themselves ended up drawing 0-0, dropping 2 points, especially when making changes from substitutions. Again, and we're here to discuss whether there is speculations, media speculations regarding Marcus Rashford and also Erik Ten Hag. Make sure you guys subscribe to Man Utd TV, smash that like button, share across all social media platforms, and get yourself involved in the comments. I've got Jerome and I've got Ems in the background just to join the panel. And make sure you follow Man Utd TV on Instagram. Man Utd TV 1. Let's get straight into it. Let me introduce you guys to the mandem as we get ready to chop it up and discuss everything Manchester United and especially that game. Mandem. Let me just get this particular, bro. Big up to you, man. And Jerome, man. What's up, man? How are you, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm good, man. It's been a good weekend. I can't even lie. Obviously, apart from the United result, everything else was blessed, man. But yeah, it's disappointing we didn't get the win. But yeah, you can't let football take over your life, innit? Especially the emotional side. So you just gotta try and enjoy life while you can.
Exactly. And ends, man. It's been a while, man. How you been, brother, man? How's it been? How's it been since we last seen you? Because a lot of things has happened.
What's
regarding the Manchester United?
When's the last time I came?
I think before International Week.
Yeah, man. For me, right, I just feel like, like I echo what Jerome said, you can't let them destroy a weekend. So I just, I support them, but they're not gonna destroy my life, my weekend life, you know what I mean? But yeah, the weekend was not bad, not bad at all. But yeah, it's been a long time I've been on the show, so hey, got a lot to, to discuss about on Saturday.
A lot to discuss indeed, man. Manchester United, of course, letting us down, dropping 2 points. Anthony Joshua getting his ass whooped by Daniel Dubois, getting knocked out in the 5th round. What a weekend it was for sports fans. Of course, Arsenal as well, holding up until they had to end up drawing against City. 2-1 up, a man down, and then dying seconds. City just shows them what champions are really made out of, And eventually they equalized. But we probably would say we're quite disappointed that Arsenal were defending, and City probably could have got more than one goal, but they didn't. But hats up to Arsenal for holding up to for getting a draw. Almost winning it, but getting a draw. But let's go talk Manchester United let's go straight into it because I think I've had enough of my team sometimes, Man, I've had enough, man. Let's go straight into it. It is Manchester United. I mean, it is Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 0. And I say this with disgust in my face because I am disgusted about the opportunities that we had against Crystal Palace and we was unable to convert it. A substitution that drastically changed our way of football, which means Marcus Rashford came on and Joshua Zirkzee himself came off. And of course, they all came collapsed because all the substitution that Ten Hag made didn't do anything, didn't amount to anything. And then Manchester United ended up drawing 0-0. Jerome, your overall thoughts on that game, and then we get to you, Ems.
Yeah, the first half of the game, I thought we played some of the best football that I've seen in a while. We were knocking it around comfortably. Everyone seemed confident in possession. And I don't remember Crystal Palace doing anything really in that first half. I can't remember them testing Ronaldo in goal. We created some good, decent chances. So there's some good intricate play. We saw Garnacho have a good chance early on. His shot came off the top of the crossbar, and then Bruno on the rebound as well. Hit the post as well, I think. So, we had some good chances to win. We were comfortable in defence. So it looks like we've got a good a foundation at the back now. I feel a bit more confident because we're conceding a lot less chances. So that was pleasing to see. I think we have had like 68 or 70% possession towards the end in the first half. So I was like, wow, we actually can hold the ball. But we're just lacking that cutting edge. I think Zirkzee had a couple of good chances. I think there was a header as well that he missed as well. So overall, I was pleased with his game in that first half. He was good about everything that we did in our attacking play, everything but the finish. But obviously that's something that he's got a lot of time to work on. And then I had to head out for the second half, so I missed the second half. But I did manage to catch the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the game more or less changed when we made the substitutions. But obviously Zirkzee came off, and he was one of our better players in the first half. And when he came off, it seemed that we kind of lost a bit of our attacking intent, and it didn't seem that we did that much in the second half. And then in the end, Crystal Palace had a good chance to win it. I think Eze missed a sitter in that game, and then Onana made a world-class double save as well. And in the end, it just we just have to just settle for the point, a frustrating point, and even more so by the fact that it just looked like Crystal Palace were going to win the game towards the end. And in the last quarter of the game, we didn't really do much, even with the substitutions. And obviously, we had a lot of players that started panicking and giving the ball away on countless occasions. And it was just a frustrating end to the game because we had two good wins against Southampton and Barnsley. And obviously, we kept a clean sheet. So the foundations were there for this game. Because Crystal Palace got 4-0 back in the last season. We wanted to kind of get some sort of revenge, but this wasn't meant to be. We did everything but score. We should have won the game on the balance of play. In the end, we could have easily have lost it at the same time. But I guess getting away with a draw, disastrous, but it's just a little bit of a mini setback because that puts us under unnecessary pressure for our next two league games because everyone above us, especially our rivals, is just winning week in, week out. So we need to see if we can start scoring some goals because it seems like we're struggling to put the ball in the net. And if we can't do that, then we're going to struggle to get results. So, frustrating end, but it's good to see that we're actually like playing a bit better and passing the ball around a bit more confidently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. I'm sure you've you know what you've mentioned quite a few positive because this time last season we was in the worst position. There's been improvement in terms of the fact that we've kept 2 clean sheets away from home, which is quite rare with Manchester United, and controlling the game against Crystal Palace. Last season we lost to Crystal Palace back to back. and we'll talk about whether we have really improved. But it's an improvement from last results, especially getting spanked 4-0 last season and losing to them at home. Let me get your thoughts on Manchester United's game against Crystal Palace, 0-0. Last time we played them, we lost 4-0. Is it an improvement from last season's performance?
Before I answer that, this tells you how much the standards are in the mud. It's mad, fam. Right now, we should be furious that we've dropped 2 points at Sellers Park. But is what it is. But what's the question you asked me, sir?
Is it an improvement from last season, considering that we lost 4-0 and also we lost at home to Crystal Palace, but this time controlling the game, but ended up not being able to convert those chances into goals?
Bro, I think a blind man can see there was a massive improvement. So 4-0 last season to 0-0 is good, but I feel like Palace and Brighton seem to be our bogey teams, bro. It's serious, you know. But I do think, it's an improvement. We actually controlled the game. I think, bro, I'm fed up here because I believe we are. I don't really like these stats, but I think we're third on XG or something like that, and chances created or some shit
Or
like
like
that.
top chances created.
Yeah,
we're towards the top for chances missed.
Chances missed, right? Chances missed, All chances missed,
Yeah, so I think we got to take the positives, like Jerome said. I think the positives that we're like making chances. It's not like we're not making chances. We're making chances, but certain man ain't finishing their dinner, like childish finishing. I think Garnacho should have scored his one. Bruno should have scored that rebound. Bruno trying to do the outside of the beat when he man could have just placed it with his side foot. Like for what I remember, them sort of chances. Like, there might be another chance, but they're the main ones. But I think we kept the ball well. It's quite sad that if Christian Eriksen was 10 years younger, bro, he'd have been perfect, man. It's just sad that he's coming to the latter stage of his career and he ain't got no mobility because he was dictated in it. But yeah, man, I think all in all, you got to say that we've got 3 clean sheets in a row. That'll do our back four, the relationship. Do our back four with confidence. And even though I might not rate the high top at the in goal, but he's done okay. You know what I mean? Because the double save, I think the first one's the first shot is a bad technical error in my opinion because he didn't palm it out that far away. But he made amends for the second save, the double save. So I wouldn't go that far and say it was a world class. Well, the first one anyway is a world class save, but
he's like you don't rate on that. He doesn't
the reaction was world class because other goalkeepers would have probably let that second shot go.
But if you're a top keeper, the first one you don't par that out though. If I'm honest, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you got to give some credit. Like he helped us because
But sir, Jerome,
this guy.
Wait, well,
to say that Anana's, you don't think Anana's it, and we move on, man.
You don't rate him.
But he owes us that because this one keeper single-handedly got us knocked out the Champions League group stage. I've never seen that in my life. You know what I mean? So I feel I just feel like, all right, cool. I'm trying to, I'm trying to give him the benefit, but it's very difficult because he does some dumb shit like that the third goal against Liverpool. Yeah, what the hell was he doing? So I think I'm gonna just support him as best as I can, as much as I don't believe he's the answer. But we have to.
To be fair, the jury's still out on Onana. I can't even lie. Like, we
we
might end up needing a new keeper in the new season. But
I like
if he makes a good save, I got to compliment it because we just end up losing every game.
But I gotta give a shout out. I actually like Mateus Delete. I actually like him. I thought he'd struggle. I know it's only been a couple games, but I thought he would struggle. But he's actually impressed me. I think he actually goes up for corners. Oh, that's another chance. He should have scored that one there as well. I think like you got to give credit where credit's due for this guy. He came back international break. He was horrible. He's come back. He showed character, desire, and I think the players we've got now, most of them anyway, they actually want to be at Man United Football Club. I see it in certain man's eyes, like looks like he wants to be here. So I think if we keep that back, well, we need a left back anyway. You know my views on the one that's, apparently
he's on holiday.
Yeah, apparently he's available for England, but when it's Man United, man breaks down, bro. I don't understand the logic. But we move on. If we can get a left back here, and obviously Tyrone Malacia is out fresh from jail, isn't it? So if we can get him back, one of them back here, then you got some balance. Because I feel like Dalot's doing a good job, but
it's not left. It's not left back. He's not naturally.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
struggles.
Can't
in
force
that.
it. Yeah,
He
can't
struggles,
force it,
and you
yeah.
see that against Crystal Palace in the game before. He does struggle playing left back. He's not as comfortable you think he is. It's strange because Mazraoui is much more comfortable on the left hand side playing left back. That when I've seen him play for Morocco quite often because he ain't playing right back when Hakimi's there. And of course,
I forgot about.
And of course with Bayern Munich as well, he came on against Arsenal playing left back as well. So he's much more equating to that side, which I don't understand. Erik Ten Hag, Dalot's much more favourable on the right. If you give the balance by playing Mazraoui on the left, because he understands that role, he understands when to make those runs, where to be, understanding the position they need to be. But it's like it's rocket science when it comes to Erik Ten Hag. It just doesn't madness.
But maybe it's the thing of he knows that Mazraoui is first choice right back, and Dalot's just filling in. But to be fair, at the same time, bro, Onana, Mazraoui, Delete, Martinez have all played each other with Ajax, so they should have some sort of understanding. If they don't, then I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think they do.
So I have to say that. But yeah, I think I agree with what you're saying. But maybe with Ten Hag, his thing is wrong. Mazraoui's first choice right back. Dalot's just the cover. So that's how it might be. But yeah, but like I said, I think maybe we've got lower expectations. As much as I hate it, but I feel like we've got a point. We move on. It's only going to be a good point if we need Tottenham at Old Trafford. If we don't do that, then I don't know. I know we got FC20, but I'm ignoring that. But the Tottenham game, I think we got to collect 3 points. I don't care about hook or by crook. We need 3 points because man, like you said, Jerome, Chelsea, Villa,
even Spurs.
Who's that?
Spurs, they're level with us now. Yeah.
Tottenham, Villa, who else competing with us? I don't even know who else.
Newcastle.
Newcastle, bro.
A lot.
You know what? Basically, there's one spot because Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, that top 3 is wrapped up already.
Yeah.
So all the teams you mentioned are competing for that 4th spot.
Could I ask you a question, right? Would you take finishing 6th and winning the Europa League?
Yes, I would take that if we was a certain for Europa League. But let me bring you back, guys, into the game.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Nil, 60th minute. We're in control of the game. We're dominating possession. We've had chances. Players are missing. Bruno's missing. Xerxes missing. Delit's missing. And then our manager makes a change. And let's bring you back. The change happens to be Marcus Rashford off for Joshua Xerxes at that particular moment, 60th minute or 65 minutes, as I believe. And then everything went down. Guys, what happened? Did Ten Hag make a mistake with these substitutions? But what the fuck happened? We was in control.
Personally,
go on.
Sorry to button. Sorry, I thought you finished. Sorry. First, I feel like we lost the link man because Xerxes drop off, link up with the wingers, and once that was gone, the connector was gone. Because I read a stat right where certain man's favourites, or the skipper, lost the ball 34 times. And I mean, if you're trying to, pop the ball and all them things, then he needs to reduce that. Then I think it's a bit of a concern, but I do think that Xerxes was linking it up in that, and I think if Xerxes was a killer, it'd be an all rounder. But yeah, I think we lost the flow when he came off because I believe Rashford didn't have a shot when he came on either. So it's a bit concerning, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know about this club anymore, man. I just don't know, man, where we're going, bro. And I think I just don't know, man. It's gonna take probably 5 years to get a proper, we
might need a new manager team, to be honest. But that's another subject.
I don't think it's got anything to do with the bald-headed manager.
In that game against Crystal Palace when he made changes, got nothing to do with
he made 3 changes that didn't impact the game.
Yeah, but that's not down. That's not just down.
Who's it down to?
Bro, them arsehole players, bro, on the big money, bro. It's down to them.
Look at Bruno. You said it yourself. Bruno lost the ball 32 times, and he played the full game.
Yeah, but
that's the manager as well.
Yeah, because obviously Bruno's capable of getting a goal, bro. That's probably why it kept him on. I personally wouldn't, But sometimes you've got to, sometimes it's not everything has got to be on the manager's door, bro. We've done that, but we've gone through like 8 managers or 6, whatever it is, and
But the thing
nothing's
is,
really
the
changed.
manager's on his third season
one
now.
of my other problems was that, guys, Garnacho was fucking tired, bro. He was so
Oh yeah,
gone.
yeah.
And he decided to take off Ahmed instead. Where
See, the
Ahmed,
thing
who
with
hasn't
Garnacho-
really been, who's technically had a break. Ahmed had a break. He only played, 10 minutes coming on against Barnsley, which he was way much fresher. And you can see who's tired is not. Garnacho was tired. He had his time. But yeah, our manager again makes that decision and takes off Ahmed, the creative player, the one that looked like he was having much more success, a better performance, where Garnacho was dying. Again, that goes back to the manager.
That's
Yeah,
true.
the manager's decisions are costing us.
That's true. He didn't rotate properly as well. I wasn't happy with that starting 11 against Barnsley, bro. I think it was too strong. It was like you scared. Like, bro, we didn't really play proper youth play. Normally League Cup we play youth players, bro. We didn't get, bro. I didn't even see Ethan Whitley even play, bro. Like, what's all this about? Like, and I just feel like this guy, yeah. I was shocked even the Turkish keeper played, bro. I was shocked because I thought this guy was gonna try play Onana again and again. But I just feel personally for me, I just feel like man made the wrong changes. I agree with you, but I do feel like sometimes when the manager brings you on, it's end of the day, it's the player's job to make an impact. End of the day, the buck does end with the manager, but at the same time, you can't just always look at the manager and use the manager as a defense mechanism. You need to flipping come out, roll your sleeves up, and show you want to be in the starting 11. Because at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie. I think this probably 10 but this might be his last season. I don't know, but as players, you can't just always look at the manager. Come on, man, you're not a child.
Yeah, I
John,
think
what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I think I think the mentality of some of these players are just not strong enough to play for Man United. But going back to the changes he made did nothing whatsoever to impact the game. 3 subs did nothing. So that tells you that the manager didn't get his tactics right. Because like you said, Garnacho stayed on. Usually, for me personally, I think Garnacho's better coming off the bench. I think we're still in that situation where when he starts, he's not as effective as when he comes off with like 30 minutes left to go. And obviously, when Xerxes came off, we lost our attacking output. And I know Bruno's the captain. I don't want to keep repeating it, but if there's a guy on the pitch that constantly keeps giving the ball away, you're making a massive gamble to keep him on the pitch and think that he's going to magically get us a goal when if he's technically giving the ball all the time, then the other team's more likely to score than us. So we lost control. So for me, it's down to the manager really. Like you need to know like how to use your players and bring on players that are gonna impact the game and not just make changes for change's sake. Make changes in the right positions. And I don't think he did that. And in the end, we could have easily lost the game. From dominating the first half, we were almost hanging on at times in the second half. And I just think, tactically, I expected more from the manager, especially this is his 3rd season now. And he's seen how difficult it is to play against Palace, having them doubled us last season. I expected a bit more, to be honest. And now, as I said earlier in the show, there's a lot of pressure on this Spurs game. It's more so than the game on Thursday. So let's just see what happens. But we're losing too many points. We've only played 5 games. And already talking about it's big game, it's pressure and this and that. It's just, it's not good enough.
Yeah, absolutely not good enough, man. Do you know what, guys? So let's talk players. Any player that particularly impressed you? Because, of course, Eriksen did his job. Delete did his job. Who else did their job? I can't think of. But Xerxes did his job.
Yeah, Xerxes certainly. Onana obviously made some good saves. I can't complain about Onana. He did his job. Delete might probably be our best defender right now.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that guy. That guy as well, the other defender, Lisandro Martinez. What was he on?
Yeah, he's a bit
too aggressive recently.
Yeah.
In the last couple of games, he's been super aggressive, and especially that stomp that he did.
Yeah,
could have equated to a red card. Could have cost. What's up with this guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
He thought he was in a TLC match, bro. You get me?
Wrestling.
Yeah, I think he needs to relax a bit. I think he's getting a bit hot-headed. Just relax.
I
I
think
think
he's got this
it's
good
I think
picture.
it's a bit of frustration sometimes. He's in this team thinking we're controlling this game, we're not scoring. You know, like when you're just thinking we should be winning and we're not. They just see the red mist sometimes. I think that's what it is. I wouldn't worry too much about Martinez. I just think at the moment our issue is just scoring goals right now. To be honest, I wouldn't even blame the defense. It's just something's wrong with our forwards not being clinical. Garnacho just misses a lot of easy chances and then scores a difficult chance. Rashford, hasn't really done much this season. I don't care about what do you call it, Barnsley in League One. He's not performed how we want him to perform. Bruno misses hella chances. He hasn't even scored yet, has he? He ain't scored yet. I don't want to be running agendas, but Bruno's messing up this team's functionality.
Bruno
Well,
Fernandes, as I always say.
Fraud Nandes, man. Like literally, I think I sent a link in the group chat. I think the club's really looking at long-term successes for Bruno.
As they should.
Yeah,
As
we
they
need
should.
to. Yeah, this guy's 30 and he's not getting any better.
Sometimes I feel like Xerxes can play his position and do
Yeah, just put
produce a better
even
job.
Ericsson. Just put Ericsson in the 10.
And
Start
Ericsson,
even though he ain't got the legs, Ericsson.
but Ericsson with no legs, it makes sense for him to be playing the number 10 role, so he doesn't have to run around. He can just orchestrate from that midfield. He never gets to be played in that number 10 position quite often for Manchester United. It always has to be him that makes the sacrifice to drop deep. This time, Bruno's the one that loves buzzing around like a bee.
Yeah.
So you put him in Ericsson's position, so he could be buzzing around in that position, in that midfield of him, like he's supposed to be doing. Because Bruno never does the job in midfield.
I think our club overrates Bruno too much. I think we think as a club, we think that Bruno is this star player, and I think it's just what we're seeing is not what we think we're getting from him. If you know what I mean, it's like we just always left disappointed when we expect to look to our captain to like drive us through games. It's just not happening. I just don't think he's as good as people think he is.
Yeah, I'm definitely not inviting him to a ride out. He'll definitely be missing those shots, bro. He'll be shooting stray bullets at everyone, bro. It's the truth, man. I can't take him out on a ride out, bro.
All of this outside of the foot stuff and all this stuff, I think he's just covering the fact that he's just not good enough. Technically, he's not good enough.
And M said it as well earlier on. I don't know why he decided to finish that opportunity with these outside of the ball. Who do you think you are? You ain't no striker.
He did the same thing in the first game. Yeah, he did that against Fulham in the first game.
Place it into the corner. Simple as.
His shooting ability is coming into question. There must be a stat. We need to find out how many shots this guy's had in these 5 Premier League games.
Right, anyway, guys.
I just keep seeing shots going to Rose Z and well off target, and we're finally seeing that this guy's not as good as we think he is.
Definitely. Before we move on to the next topic, of course, let me just go around. Have you got a man in the match or a donkey of the match? Because I don't have a man in the match, but my donkey of the match was Bruno Fernandes because I thought he was poor. I'm not running an agenda on Bruno. Like I have standards for a playmaker. I'm supposed to be a number 10. Yeah. This is someone that's meant to be able to keep possession and make things happen. Yes, Bruno has the wonderful G. He makes things happen. But a number 10 keeps the ball, keeps things ticking, you know. He doesn't lose it, you know. He's 1-2s, bring it back. I'll wait until you make that run and just threw balls in. That's what I know. Like I grew up on Zinedine Zidane as a number 10, like and other greats like Pavel Nedved, greats like Riquelme, who done a job fantastically well. Do you know what I mean? But we got this guy. He's stat pad. I'm disappointed. That's my donkey of the match. He ain't no number 10. Yeah, I don't. We're forcing it. I think that's what we are forcing it. Jerome, man in the match, donkey of the match.
Yeah, based on what I've seen, because I saw the full first half and highlights of the second half, I'm going to give the man in the match to Xerxes because he's fundamental to everything that's good about our attacking play. And it was evident that as soon as he came off, we lost that fluidity. And we just kept giving the ball away. And everything was just going through Bruno, who was just doing whatever he wanted. And the donkey of the match is obviously Bruno. He's been a donkey for a long time now. And Obviously, it was highlighted in that match where he lost the ball over 30 times. And he's been at this club for how long now? Over 4 years, and we're still seeing the same thing. And I'm glad that the club is now looking at things long term, because if we've got this guy as our talisman, the guy that we're looking up to get us through games, we're not going to be winning the most important games and getting up the table. And as of now, I think even top four is going to be very difficult if we think that we're going to be relying on Bruno to get us through games, especially tight games, because every time we need him, he just goes missing.
And of course, Ems, you yourself, who was your man of the match? Or if you have one, or who was your donkey of the match? Ems has disappeared on us.
Disappeared.
Okay, all right then. We'll probably get who's man of the match and donkey of the match. But let me move on to what Ten Hag had to say in regards to the match. He said, "We don't win. I'm not content. We should have won. In the first half, we ate them alive. I would say the second half was more of a balance, but in the first half, we should have scored 1 or 2 goals." He also said, in regards to being more clinical, I think we played a very good and had total control of the game, in and out of possession. I think we played very good. The only thing was in the box. In the box, it's always where the game is decided. We should be more clinical. There is always one chance for the opposition, and they got the chance in the 44th minute, and it was a big chance they got. One mistake led to a big chance for them, and at the time, we should have been 2 or 3-0 up. Jerome, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's quite a pretty honest and accurate assessment, because the first half, we utterly dominated that game, apart from the final moments of the first half. And I think we just need to be more clinical. I think we've got a goal scoring issue at the moment. Right now, I think we're still on 0 goal difference after 5 games, which is pathetic.
Better than last season.
Yeah, better than last season, but with the players that we've got in, and in his 3rd season, we expect to do better. So it's an honest assessment. But like I said, it's just because we didn't win the game, it's just put extra added pressure on the next couple of league games before. I think we've got 2 more before the international break in October. And if we don't win those next 2 league games, then Ineos got a big decision to make in that international break, because he can keep saying, we dominated, we did this and did that, but it's a results-based business. And if you're not winning these games and climbing up the table and meeting your targets, then it's going to be difficult to hang in there, really, because after 5 games, I think we're right in the middle. I think we're like 6 points off the top. And I think we're like similar points towards the relegation zone as well. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's an important moment now.
Yeah. He's right. He's right. Ten Hag. Again, I'm just disappointed that we just dropped 2 points. We should have scored those goals. We need to be more clinical. But how can we be more clinical? Of course, the answer is buying a better striker, or maybe dropping certain players to not be starting, such as Marcus Rashford and maybe a Bruno Fernandes, and give other players a chance. Moving on from there, regarding Rashford and Erik Ten Hag, funny thing took place after the match. Actually, not than that. Before the match, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, smash that like button, share across all social media platforms as we move on to the Rashford and Ten Hag and speculations. It's funny how the media just already, before we started the match, Manchester United announced their starting team lineup, and Marcus Rashford happens to be on the bench. You know, for some of us, we was like, it's about time. It's about time we drop Rashford. But of course, you know how the media is. They read into it and they make a meal out of it. And at that particular time, if you guys were watching on Sky Sports, you had Jamie Redknapp, who thought there was a particular problem between Erik Ten Hag and Marcus Rashford. He suggests that there was something that may have occurred between Ten Hag and Rashford during the week. However, Ten Hag fired back at those concerns. You know, Ten Hag was pissed off. He wasn't happy. It's even ESPN had their goal in terms of their post-match analysis, saying that why would you drop Marcus Rashford, especially for the fact that he's just scored 3 goals in 2 games. And let's not forget that those goals, Jerome, was against Barnsley and a goal against Southampton. Let's not forget that Marcus Rashford himself has been poor, throughout, and he was saying that he doesn't understand why Ahmed benches Rashford, even though you know that Marcus Rashford has been poor and Ahmed Diallo has been fantastic. So again, and again, they question whether there's problems with the manager. And Erik Ten Hag after the match, for those who are watching, he went to the press and he said a few things which I will read. He said, I'm sorry, my bad. I heard it already, the speculation from the pundits. It's crazy. As a person, you are not okay when you bring such speculations when you don't know. Ten Hag says, it was just rotation. I'm very happy with Marcus in everything he's doing. And in regards to the speculations, and one thing I have to say, with this media, they've always had an agenda. It's not, we can't hide away from it. It's there. They can't hide away from it as well. It's quite plain and black because they never treated Oli on a social like this when he was here, when he was losing games and getting panned week in, week out. But they never went too ham on him. But with Erik Ten Hag, one little Marcus Rashford being dropped, and it's not like Rashford's been great, he hasn't. And already they're trying to create something out of nothing. What do you have to say, Jerome? Are you surprised?
You know what? I'm not even surprised with ETX, to be honest. Nothing really does surprises me anymore because we've been calling for Rashford to get dropped all this time. He doesn't drop him. He scores 3 goals in his last 2 matches. And then he gets dropped for the next game, which is a bit bizarre because he should have got dropped a lot sooner. But he got dropped at a time that he was scoring goals. So it makes you think it's something happened between him and the manager. And that's why I'm not surprised that the media have been speculating on that because it was a bizarre decision to see him not in the starting 11. And then obviously when you look at other players in the team that have been more deserving of the spot, then it makes you think, something might have happened. But naturally, the media, they make a lot of money talking about United anyway. So any excuse to conjure up a story and come up with theories and stuff, they'll come up with it. So I'm not surprised really, but it seems that the manager's always got problems with players at certain points in the season. And that's not a good look because we're trying to have good camaraderie in the team and good team morale. And if we're going to keep having these frictions between players and managers, then it's going to stop us from progressing. So hopefully there isn't any problem, and hopefully it was just something for tactical reasons to drop Rashford, and then we could just carry on because we've got a lot of games coming up thick and fast before the international break. But if something did happen, I wouldn't be surprised. But if it did happen, I think the manager needs to keep it under wraps and not let it get out to the media because if it does, then the media are going to have a field day. And we don't need another Sancho ETX type saga. We need to keep all that politics in-house and just be professional and just get on with the games. Because there would have definitely been a lot of stuff even happening under Fergie. But he never let all that stuff get out. He was just kept in-house and dealt with it in-house. So hopefully whatever issue, even if there wasn't any issues, the club just keep quiet about speculation and just be professional, just get on with the job. Because we can't afford to just have all this background noise as a distraction because we're already under pressure as it is to get results.
Yep, we are already on enough pressure to get results, man. Too much speculation. Let us live, man. Like Jerome said, we've had too many EastEnders moments at Old Trafford. Keeping it up at Carrington is too much for us now. We want to take a break from it, but the season, they want to start a new season. That's what it is. They want to start a new season and keep it keeping it up at Carrington. Oh God. Hey, Ems, what do you have to say? Because of course, like I said earlier on, as soon as Rashford got dropped, Jamie Renner thinks that there's something that must have happened. And then, of course, the rest of the media jump onto it thinking that there's beef between Marcus Rashford and Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag points it out in the press conference after the match, saying that you men are sick. Like seriously, is this how you guys behave? Like, there's no problem. I like what Rashford does. But do you think there is an issue there between Erik Ten Hag and Marcus
Bro,
Rashford?
you know what it is. Man United, the club, brings clicks, stories. So for us, I'm not even making no. I don't think there's nothing to it. I just think man rotated. He thought, Ganacho's come on. He's impressed coming on, so he thought give him a start. Ama's done well, so he thought, let's just see how it goes. Maybe he thought he had enough to beat Palace with the players he had in it. So I'm not making nothing out of it. Obviously, maybe there was issues last season because Rashford wasn't living his life well last season, but this season, seems like man's changed. He's trying to sort himself out. So now, we've seen videos of him working out and all them things there. So let's see what happens. But I don't think there's nothing. There's nothing there. I just think Man United just clickbait in it.
That's always clickbait FC Manchester United, man. And even me, I don't feel like there's anything between Marcus Rashford and Erik Ten Hag. It was just a simple rotation. And Marcus Rashford, I even said it, even though he scored 2 goals against Barnsley, he should be dropped in the following game. And the manager, listen, he dropped him, he put him on the bench. And guess what? When Marcus Rashford came on, what did he produce, guys? Nothing at all. Didn't have an impact.
You know the funny thing, sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
We need to look into stats on where the impact Rashford has when he comes off the bench, because I don't remember him doing anything ever when he comes off the bench. Usually you expect players to come on fresh against tired legs. Rashford comes and does nothing every time, literally.
And exactly, you think he will come on to win the game, to actually attack the spaces or listen to the instructions that he's been given. Because I know Erik Ten Hag and his coaching team probably gave him the instructions that you need to be attacking the spaces, running into position to make yourself available. Yeah, Xerxes was holding up the play, but these guys are now tired. Now let's attack the space. But never happened. Just I never saw that from Marcus Rashford. And again, I go back to my manager. You don't bring on Ugarte when you're trying to win the match. You bring on your creative outlets. You don't take off Ahmed Diallo, who's having a while of a time on his side, creating opportunities, linking up play, understanding Xerxes, 1-2s with Bruno Fernandes. If you're chasing the game, when you have a tired Alejandro Garnacho who can't run into space anymore because he's jaded. So much, and that's so much that goes on the managers. I'm thinking, what do you think? Just listen to your assistant coaches, because I believe they're the managers now. I don't look at the bench and I see Erik Ten Hag. I just see Ruud van Nistelrooy and Rene Hack at this potential at this current moment, because I see their football on the pitch. I don't see Erik Ten Hag's football. I see theirs sometimes with the pattern of plays. It's materializing. But anyway, before we end the show, any final thoughts for you guys? Let me start with you, Jerome, before I get to ends.
Yeah, my final thoughts is that I'm a bit concerned for our next 2 league games.
And who are they? Tottenham and...
Well, we've got FC20 in the Europa League on Thursday. But that right now, that's not my concern, because we'll probably get through. The new format, it's like, if we don't get through that, then ETX deserves sacking, because this ain't the Champions League. This is your league, with all due respect. Yeah. But we've got Tottenham on Sunday, and I think the next league game after that is away at Villa. Those are 2 tough games. Like, really, like, it shouldn't be. I shouldn't even be saying this, because we should be in a nice position, but because we put so much pressure on ourselves, it's made the games look tougher on paper than it actually is. And Tottenham could easily come to Old Trafford and beat us, and we could easily go away at Villa and lose under Emery. So those 2 games, if we don't get 2 wins, we could be just further behind top 6, let alone top 4 race. So it's concerning.
It's concerning indeed. And we echo exactly what Jerome said. The new format, we don't want us to be in the second round playoff to qualify for the last 16. We want to be going straight into the last 16, not the second round. Yeah, finishing the top 8 and qualified to the last 16, waiting for those who finished below us that into the playoff. That's what we expect in the Europa League. None of this, like we finish under 8th position and then we'll play the next round to see who goes through to the last 16. If I see that, nah, out.
If we see that, get
Eric
rid
Ten Hag
ASAP. Pull the
Eric
plug
Ten Hag
ASAP.
out.
Yeah.
Simple as, man. Pull the plug. And Ems, any final thoughts for you before we end the show?
Bro, I expect 9 points. 20,
9.
20,
Mm-hmm.
Tottenham, Villa. I don't care, bro.
Villa away?
I don't
Is it
give a
Villa
shit.
away?
I don't care. It's Villa Park. We make that our home ground.
It used to
We
be.
did
Historically,
before until ETH came in.
It used to be our second ground, but not anymore. The good old days. But yes, Ems is expected 9 points. It is what it is. Guys, for those who tuned in today, big up to everyone. We're back next week, Monday. Of course, I'm back live at 7:30 p.m. for the Europa League watch along, FC20, and of course the Premier League watch along. The Premier League watch along of Sunday at 4 p.m. and then we go again next week, Monday 8 p.m.
I'm missing it.
Yeah, you're gonna miss the Tottenham game.
Sunday.
No, I'm gonna miss the 20 game and the Tottenham game. I'm not sure.
Thursday nights. Well, we've got to get used to that.
Luckily, it's not Thursday night. It's on Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
Yes, Wednesday.
Is it? Oh, wow. That's all right. That's a change then.
It's a change because they're switching things up. The fixtures have changed.
It's Wednesday. I can watch.
No, we watched Arsenal play on Thursday night last week on the Champions League, and it wasn't a Europa League night. Do you know that?
Oh yeah.
They switched it up now, so they can't say, you're Thursday night team.
Yeah, we got plenty of rest until Sunday. So the boys, there's a balance. Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. There is a balance. It's not Sunday, Thursday, Sunday.
And Spurs are playing Europa League as well. Yeah. So both teams will have been playing in midweek. So each team can't say, we were tired. They had the week off. No excuses.
None of that. But big up to everyone that's tuning in. Again, see you next time, Monday, to talk about the Tottenham Hotspurs game. Hopefully, we're delighted with 3 points. And like Fergie used to say, it's only Spurs. I hope it is in this case round. Big up to everyone. Remember to keep it united. Remember to keep it Red United. We are out and we'll see you next week, Monday. Peace.